Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Everyday May video. Today we're sitting on the bed again because we are sitting down and having a long chat. This is going to be a long video. Sit tight, prepare yourselves, grab a snack, ladies and gents, because today this was actually a request on one of my little Instagram polls that I did once. And the request was to do a kind of like beauty maintenance video, basically a video talking about all of the things that I've ever had done to my face and all of the kind of beauty procedures and things that I do on the regular to upkeep this incredible look I have. Kidding. Basically, a ton of people on YouTube have done videos like what I've had done, what I do to my face, what are my beauty procedures, that kind of thing. So I wanted to just do a really long chatty video talking about everything that I get done, from my lips to my hair to my nails to my beard, all of the things, talk about my experience with each, let you know everything that I've had done to my face, and I will put little timestamps for all of them in the description box down below if you're only interested in one particular area. But I'm going to talk about everything, tell you all the things that I get done, and I will hopefully answer all of the questions that you guys have had related to everything I get done. So let us begin. I'm going to start with my lips, my big juicy lips. So for my lips, I've been getting them done for about 2 years now, and I personally think that a person's reasons, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, I got lips and I absolutely love them, and I feel like it changed my face for the better. I have a really big round head. And I just personally love the look of big juicy lips. I love the feeling of them, and I have just enjoyed it. And I know I get a lot of comments whenever I talk about me getting my lips done. People are always like, you're a role model. What example are you setting for the younger kids? Blah, blah. You know what? It's your body. Life is short. Do what you want to it, and I will never understand why people have such strong opinions about other people. I think just do whatever makes you happy, do whatever makes you feel amazing and comfortable in your own skin. For me, could I have lived without getting my lips done? Yes. Did I want them done? Yes, and I got them done. So I'll really quickly just talk about like my procedure and my experience, and then I'll give you guys a few kind of pointers and things I learned along the way. So the first time I got them done, I went to a clinic in Vancouver. I don't actually remember what it was called, and they've since moved, but I'll talk about it in a sec, but I didn't really like that doctor. I ended up going somewhere else. But the first time I got them done, basically when you go to get your lips done, first of all, do your research, find a good doctor, make sure that you're going to a right place that is legitimate and whatnot, all that good stuff. I'll talk about more of that after. But when I went, I knew a couple people who had gone to this doctor. I really liked the results. I really liked the look of it. It costs, basically you are charged with your lips based on how much product you actually put into them. So at the time when I first got them done, like I mentioned before, I have a really big head. I've got a lot of skin to fill. When you get your consultation, if it's a good doctor, they'll tell you what will kind of work best for you. So I ended up getting an entire syringe, which is like a full size thing, and it cost about $600 for the full syringe. If you get a half syringe, it's usually around $300 to like $380 for half a syringe, and depending on how much room you have in your lips, how much skin you have to fill. The cost of the lips will depend on how much product you actually get put in. So I've been consistently getting a product called ARMINEH, which is a much like more cloudy kind of pillowy texture. It's like the softest product that they can use. I've previously had Juvederm, which is a little bit more of a solid product, and I didn't like that. My lips actually rejected it. I got these like big bruising bubbles in my lips at one point, and I had them dissolved immediately, which is also a very painful experience. So I've just stuck with ARMINEH. My body reacts well to it. I like the feeling of it. It feels like my natural lips. And yeah, the first time I got them done, I bruised really, really badly. I had like black and blue bruises all the way down my chin. The bruising lasted about like 3 weeks, and then whenever you first get your lips done, they swell up a lot right at first, and then it goes down. And the product that they use is like a naturally occurring hyaluronic acid that's already in your lips, and it basically dissolves over time. It can last anywhere between like 4 months to a year, and then the more you get your lips done, the more that your kind of natural shape will just adjust to that size. So thus far I've gotten my lips done 3 times total, 4 times if you include the little Juvederm mishap. And that's been over 2 years, and that's just because, I don't know, I like them juicy. So the first time I got a syringe, the second time I only got half a syringe. This last time it had been a full year since I had my lips done, so I did get a full syringe. But yeah, anyway, back to actually like getting them done. The process is super quick. You usually go in, have a consultation, you kind of determine what you're looking for. A lot of people ask me about what I ask for when I get my lips done, and I'll usually just ask for like a natural shape. I like my top lip to be a little bit more full because naturally I have a more full bottom lip and I wanted the focus to go more in the top lip. I really like that like pouty look, not too over the top, but I like to have a more fuller top lip. And I usually just go and show pictures. Like if I see someone whose lip shape I generally like, I will just save those and show them to the doctor, and they kind of just talk with you about the look that you're going for. And then you'll make your appointment when you go in. It's a really, really quick process. They put a numbing cream on, and I'm really, really scared of needles. It's like one of my fears in life. I hate needles. I had like an appendix moment back in the hospital back in the day, and I've just been like petrified of needles ever since. So it's like extra painful for me just because the whole like psychology around like having a needle poked in me is really horrifying. So they numb your lips, and then the whole process is really, really quick. Like I know when I go to Dr. Pavlou, I'll talk about him in a second. When he does it, it's usually like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes tops, depending on how much massaging. So they'll usually like go in, do a poke, massage it, and depending on how much product you're getting and the placement of it will determine how many times you actually get poked. But it's a pretty painless experience. Some areas are a little bit more sensitive than others, and you like might feel the needle actually going in, but you are completely numb for the most part. They use like a numbing cream, and it's pretty painless, and there's really no downtime whatsoever. Depending on how easily you bruise and depending on how many times you've gotten your lips done will determine how much you are going to bruise. So for example, the first time I bruised really, really badly. The second 2 times I didn't bruise at all. I hardly had any swelling. It didn't look like anything. I fully put on lipstick like immediately after and did my makeup and was totally fine. This last time I went and got them done in April, and I got really swollen. I had a really big bruise right here on one point of my Cupid's bow for a couple days. It lasted about 4 days until the bruise went away, and I got really swollen this time because it had been such a long time since I got them done. My body was like, what are you doing? But overall, the recovery time is very, very small. And again, the nice thing about getting your lips done is if you don't like it, if you need to fix something, if you change your mind and you don't end up liking it, usually if the doctor is a good doctor, you are able to go and get them fixed for free. At least that's what should happen. And the dissolving process is the same thing. Basically, they are able to immediately dissolve all of the product in your lips with a solution, and it kind of has like a really strong burning feeling, and it is painful for about 5 seconds, and then your lips are done. So as I mentioned before, I had actually gotten Juvederm put into my lips back in September and had them immediately dissolved. So I've actually had dissolved lips and since September until I got them done again in April. So everyone who is sending me messages about my lips, I didn't even have them done. They were dissolved. So that's kind of the general process, approximate price range. Again, it's always going to be different depending on the doctor that you're going to and depending on how much you're getting done, but I absolutely love them. They completely feel like lips. Most people who meet me don't even know that I have my lips done, and I think that goes to show that I am going to a good doctor who knows exactly what they're doing. So that's kind of another thing I wanted to touch on. I feel like if you're wanting to get any kind of beauty procedure done, it's really important to do your full research and know the person that you're going to. I go to Dr. Pavlou at Skin Technique in Vancouver, and him and the entire team who works at Skin Technique are just incredible. Dr. Pavlou is a doctor, but you can also be a nurse and administer Botox and fillers and all that. So I personally feel more comfortable going to someone who is a specialist and does this fully. I feel like there's many imposters in this world, but Dr. Pavlou and Skin Technique are very legitimate, and they're very open with their process, which I really appreciate. Dr. Pavlou's Instagram, I'll link it in the description box down below. He fully posts everything. Like, their posts are so thorough. He actually posted me, like, the actual process of me getting poked on his Instagram, like, way back when. I personally can't watch that. I can't watch the actual action being done. I sit there with the stress balls and I'm like, ugh, ugh. But he's very open and very honest, which I think is, I really appreciate. He will tell you if he feels like something won't look good or if it will look good on your face. Super open with the process, the time, the recovery, everything. Like, everything is on their Instagram, and they're very, very thorough. So I really appreciate that. There's a lot of people who kind of just want to take your money and will do anything, and I would rather someone like work with me to achieve a look, like a more natural look. I want it to look natural. I just feel like there's so many shitty people who are dishonest with their work. Like, I know Gina Shkeda, she has had so many instances where all these clinics are like using her before and afters from her own clinic that she goes to, and it's like, this isn't your work. And someone who's going onto Instagram would see that and be like, yes, I want to book that, and it's not actually work that they've done. So I feel like that happens a lot. I would just make sure to go to a very established, very reputable clinic, and you know, it's kind of nice to know someone someone who has had their face done at the clinic you're going for. So it's nice when someone can refer you to a clinic. Just make sure they're legitimate and do your research. And that's pretty much the biggest thing. Dr. Pavlou's amazing. So I do get my lips done. I probably won't get them done for another like 8 months to a year, and that's it. That's pretty much the lips. I hope I covered everything. If there's any more questions, let me know. I'm happy to talk about it in a future vlog, but that's pretty much the process. Now, this last time when I did go to Dr. Pavlou, I went to him in April. I think it was like April 10th or something. It was when I got my lips done, and this is my lips now. I'll show you guys my lips before. I'll put it right here, my lips before, and yeah, I just got a little juicy juice in my lips, and I feel like it's just changed my face for the better. I really prefer the look of my fat head with some bigger lips. So yeah, when I went to Dr. Pavlou, I'll move into the next thing. I'll talk about this eyebrow lift I got, because you guys, I have dabbled in the world of Botox. When I saw Dr. Pavlou last, I was actually very inspired by a friend of mine who has her full Botox done in her forehead, and she got an eyebrow lift, and she was like, Alana, you need to get it. It's the coolest thing. And I was like, I'm gonna ask Dr. Pavlou. I'm gonna ask him what he thinks about it. And basically when you get Botox, I've heard so many people talk about like preventative Botox, and I used to kind of laugh it off, being like, oh my God, give me a break. Preventative Botox? What do you mean? Like, you're 20 years old, you don't need Botox. But I feel like that's such a like strong stigma that exists around the whole idea of Botox, because basically when people get preventative Botox in their forehead, I never knew that like this was a frowned upon thing. People get Botox so that they're like, wrinkles never happen, but the whole point of it is that when you get older, these lines in your forehead will start to deepen and be permanent, so that when you are just sitting straight and looking straight and not moving, the lines will always be there. So the whole point of getting Botox in your forehead now, when you're younger, in your youth, is to prevent those lines from deepening and being there permanently. So I feel like the more educated I've become with the world of Botox, the less my eyes roll back about it. I haven't personally dabbled with the forehead Botox yet, but I am planning to. I like the look of smooth, soft things. I'm kind of down for that. I think the whole thing that, like, my opinion with Botox is, again, if something's gonna make you happier and feel more comfortable in your skin, sure, absolutely, go forward, do it. If you've done your research, if you know what you're doing, you know your doctor you're going to, do your thing, little mama, make it roll. But I also have gained a kind of like stronger respect for women who get it done. I know there's a lot of people who say like, oh, you need to embrace age, like it happens to everyone, like blah, blah, blah. I'm including myself in this. I feel like I have a really strong fear of death, okay? Life is very short, and I think that a lot of people are really affected by aging. A lot of people really don't want to let go of their youth, and as long as you're not, like, there's some people who go crazy with Botox and fillers. Like, some people completely change the structure of their face, and again, it is not my place to ever impose my feelings on anyone else, but for myself personally, one of the biggest comments I get from you guys as viewers, and like from people like my mother, they're like, don't change your face, no, you're beautiful. And it's not about that. I am personally not wanting to change anything on my face. I'm not wanting to like reconstruct my cheeks or anything. I just want to be soft. I think like the second that I start like going into the world of Botox is it'll just be because I want to you know, flatten those lines a little bit. My cousin got like her crow's feet like smoothed out. It's just postponing the aging process a little bit. It's making it a little bit lighter and a little more easier to deal with as the time goes on. So whatever. I feel like people are gonna have their own strong opinions about Botox, whatever. I'm just being honest with you guys and telling you what I'm doing, what I'm getting, and what my thoughts are behind it. So anyway, back to Dr. Pavlou. So I asked him about the eyebrow lift, and basically, like, you know, when you get, when you pull your pony up, when you have a slicked back pony or a nice tight bun and your eyebrows just kind of lift a little bit, that's pretty much what an eyebrow lift does. So, oh my God, I just really screwed up my hair, sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know if there's a difference. I didn't take a before and after photo, so I'm not sure if there was any dramatic difference in my eyebrows, but I did get an eyebrow lift, and basically it took it took 3 seconds for the process to be done. I was like, yo, Dr. Pavlou, should I get an eyebrow lift? He's like, yeah, it's super easy and quick. Let me do it for you. And he took the needle, and it was And that was exactly how much time it took. I felt nothing, and I sat there and I was like, damn, no wonder so many people get Botox. That was completely painless and instant. So it can take up to 2 weeks for it to show. And yeah, so I basically just had 2 pokes like right here, and I don't know if I noticed a difference, but if there is, let me know. Do I look more awake? I don't know. Anyway, that's what I've had done in terms of like needles and poking. Dr. Pavlou is amazing. I love him so much. And dear Dr. Pavlou, I miss you. The next time you're in Toronto, holler at me. I feel like that was a lot. That was a lot. But let's move on to the next section. I'm going to talk about laser hair removal because I feel like I've been very open with the process of that on YouTube. I used to vlog about that a lot. I would vlog every time I went, and I haven't given you guys an update, and a lot of you have been asking about an update, especially on my beard. So I've actually tried getting laser hair removal multiple times, and I've never actually finished a sequence. So with laser hair removal, I've been getting my underarm and my vaginas, someone's gonna correct me on that. It's not actually your vagina, it's something else. I've been getting my pubic hair and my armpit hair laser hair removed. I've tried it a couple times, and the reason being, I feel like there's such a movement right now about women like embracing their underarm hair, and I'm totally for that. Do what you want to do. For me, I have really, really thick black, straight, pokey hair, and for me, like, my hair follicles that are in my armpit and on my pubic hair, I get really, really bad ingrown hairs, like painful ingrown hairs. It looks like a giant zit. I'm so sorry if this is like very TMI, but whatever, you're watching the video. And for me, like, because I have such thick hair follicles, they have such a buildup, and I'll usually have like sometimes 5 hairs in one mound, and it's just itchy, it's painful, I don't like it, and that's kind of my main reason to get laser hair removal is just remove that itch. That's why I always shaved. I just don't like the feeling, and I just got a lot of hair. I feel like if I had blonde, my mom has blonde hair, okay? She's like, I never shave. I'm like, yeah, it's because you don't need to, Mom. You have like soft blonde hair down there. Sorry, Mom. But yeah, so I went about getting laser hair removal, and usually, like, again, that's something that you have to have a personal consultation for. Everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to require a different treatment. But usually it's between anywhere from like 6 to 14 sessions that you need to do, and there's a month in between. So when you go to get laser hair removal, you shave, and then they have like, listen, I don't want to go scientific on it. You guys can Google it yourself, but they basically have like a light that goes and they do multiple passes, and it kills the hair follicle beneath, and you need to have a certain amount of pigmentation in the hair for the light to attach to it and kill it. So that's why if you are a person with very dark hair, you're like the perfect candidate for laser hair removal. So the darker the hair, the easier it is to kill. The lighter the hair, the harder it is for the laser to find. I personally find laser hair removal so painful. I get so stressed out by it. It's so painful to me, especially when it gets down to the more sensitive parts on the vagina. I find it personally very, very painful. If you go to a good place, they'll give you a kind of like cooling, numbing cream, and they're good about it. You can also ask them to adjust the level of the laser so they can either go lighter or more stronger. Obviously, the stronger you go, the less sessions you'll have to have. But if you go light like me, you just have to go a lot more often. So when I've gone, they basically do it. They'll do 1 session, and then you need to go again. After a month, you go monthly for between like 6 to 14 times, depending on how much hair you have and how much they need to work with. And it goes with the cycle of your hair regrowth. And because of all of my moving, I haven't actually finished a session. So I am fully regrown right now. If you guys in Toronto have any recommendations of where to go for laser hair removal, definitely let me know, because I am fully back to my growth. It's very sad. I was going to the Vanity Lab in Vancouver, and they were so amazing. They have the cooling gel. They're so good, so clean, professional. They know what they're doing. They had a Taco Tuesday special, which was really cool, and I can't remember exactly. I think it was $90. With tax, it usually was about like $100 a session, and I think I went about 6 times. I went about 6 times, and when I was going, I was completely bare. It was beautiful. I had like almost no hair left, but because I stopped the cycle when I moved to Toronto, I didn't keep it up, all my hair grew back. So that's why you have to keep going until your hair is gone, or else it'll all grow back. So that's kind of been my experience with laser hair removal. I stopped going back in November when I moved to Toronto, and it all grew back. How annoying. And now I have to go through all the process all over again, and it's painful and I hate it. But I will do it, and I'll update you guys when I do, I guess, if that's something you want to know about. In terms of the laser hair removal that I got on my face, for those of you asking about the vlogs from last year when I was getting my hair laser removed, I was going to a place that was not Vanity Lab, and it did not work. It did not work at all. I personally feel, I know a lot of people say, it's not fact, it doesn't actually happen like that, but I do personally think that I got more hairy. It didn't do anything at all, and I've got a lot of peach fuzz, I got a lot of beard, and I got a lot of mustache. I've previously gotten my hair threaded. I used to go to a place in Calgary when I was in university. I lived in Calgary, and they would thread my mustache. I used to get my mustache threaded probably every month or every 2 months, and then she did my full face a couple times, but threading is so painful. It's so painful, and I would always get like the red bumps after, which is why I looked to laser hair removal. I didn't personally find that it worked. I know the woman who was doing it for me told me like, no, it's good, like this laser works for blonde hair, but it just wasn't working, and it's so painful, and yeah, I just stopped. And now when it comes to my beard, I just embrace it. I honestly just don't care. And if I'm doing like a photo shoot, or if I'm doing something where there's like a lot of bright direct light and it'll show up, I just shave my face. I just use razors. I'll put a new cartridge on my Gillette razor, and I will shave my face when I feel like I need to, or if I feel like it's getting really bushy. I don't give a damn. People make comments on my beard all the time, and I just don't care. When it comes to my mustache, I'll just shave it if I feel like I need to. Dan orders like twinkle razors off of Amazon, and those are really good for a quick little thing. And I just shave my face probably every month or so just to keep on top of it. Right now my mustache is at like full capacity. I can feel it. It's hella bushy. And sometimes if I'm filming a video and I haven't shaved my face in a long time, I have this like gray haze that goes around my lip, and I just, whatever. People are always like, aren't you scared that your hair will grow back thicker and darker? And I'm like, honestly, I hope so, because then I can get laser hair removal and never have to shave my face again. So that's kind of what I do with that. That's my laser hair removal update. And in terms of shaving, yeah, I just shave normally. I just take my body razor, I'll put a new cartridge on once a month, and I'll just shave my face. And that's it. That's all I do. In relation to that, I will move on to my eyebrows. I got a lot of questions about my eyebrows. I've never had stuff done to my eyebrows. I've never let anyone thread them. I'm horrified. I've heard horror stories. I've had friends who have people like get half an eyebrow taken off, and I've just never done it. I am definitely lucky to have a pretty good natural eyebrow shape. I just pluck my eyebrows when they get really crazy and bushy. I just pluck them, the little excess hairs that come here, and it's really painful, and I cry every time. But I did have my eyebrows waxed once, and I had a horrible reaction. I got like this horrible bumpy rash above my eyebrows where they wax, and I was like, cool, I'm never doing this again. So I just do my own eyebrows. I don't do anything with my eyebrows. I just pluck them when I feel like they're getting too bushy, but I pretty much just let them run and grow free, and that's pretty much it. So moving on to eyelashes, I get a lot of questions about eyelashes as well. I have tried eyelash extensions once, and it was horrible. For those of you who followed me when I went on the Vietnam trip, I did get lash extensions before it. It was really expensive. I feel like I paid something like 160 bucks, which was wildly more expensive than any other place I've heard of that does lash extensions. I went to a place in Vancouver, and I woke up the next day, and I swear to God, my body just rejected the eyelash extensions, and the one side had completely fallen out. The next morning, it was crazy. And I fully followed the instructions. I didn't use oils or anything on my face. I totally left them alone. And yeah, like on just the one side, I can't remember if it was my right or left, but one of the eyes just completely fell out. So I went to Vietnam with keels with one eye with lash extensions and the other not. I wish I could do lash extensions. I think especially when you're going on vacation and you don't want to be wearing any mascara, you just, like if you have a tan and you're not putting any makeup on and you just wake up with lashes, I'm like, ugh, it looks good. I have a few friends who get lash extensions all the time, and they look amazing, and I just would, it's just one less thing to do in the morning, you know, mascara. It's a pain to take off. It's a biatch to wash your face. So I think lash extensions are great, but mine don't work, and I'm kind of scared to try it again because damn, it takes a long time. You're laying in that bed forever. I do not want to go through that process again. It was way too long. And in terms of like lash serums and all that, I've never personally dabbled with it. I'm a hairy gal. I got hair on my back. I got hair on my belly. I got long lashes. That's just it. I don't use any of the serums or growth or anything. I is just the way I is. In relation to my hair, I guess I forgot to say this at the beginning, but when I was in Vancouver a couple weeks ago for 2 weeks, I had fully filmed with Dr. Pavlou. I filmed the entire process of getting my lips done, getting the eyebrow lift. He said some really nice words, Dr. Pavlou. Sorry. And I also filmed with Hair by ARMINEH. ARMINEH is a friend of mine, and she also just happens to do my hair. Sweet angel. Love you, ARMINEH. She's amazing. She works at Moods Hair Salon in Yaletown in Vancouver. And I fully filmed her doing my hair this last time. We took away a lot of the blonde and put more of my natural brown throughout because my hair, I've just been bleaching it for a couple years now, and it was just getting really, really dead. And I just wanted my hair to kind of reach a more happy, natural, healthier state. So she put more of my natural tones in, and I will link her Instagram below. It's at Hair by ARMINEH. And every time she does my hair, she always lists like all of the products and the exact process that she does on that page. So if you have any questions, definitely ask her. I don't know what she uses. That's her thing. I trust her with my head. And I just go and see her every time I go home, which is usually every couple months, and that's usually when I get my hair done. If you guys want to see like my full hair care stuff, I'm happy to do like a bathroom tour or like products in my bathroom. I use different stuff all the time. Like with YouTube and the PR world, we're sent different stuff all the time. But if you guys would be interested in seeing that, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I feel like I switched it up a lot, but that's pretty much it on my hair. I'm kind of just I'm letting it grow, and I'm putting it in ponytails every day because I just want it to be healthy again. I'm soaking it in a lot of masks. So that's my hair. At Hair by ARMINEH. She's fantastic. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about are my nails, because I get a lot of questions about my nails. Now, I never used to get my nails done. I remember I had one of my first sponsorships, actually. I had to reshoot it because my nails were gross, and they like responded saying like, hi, please make sure Alana's nails are manicured. And I was scarred for life from that. So now I've been like hyper aware of what my nails look like. And I feel like I have really bad luck with nails. I have really, really thin, brittle nails. I used to bite my nails always growing up, and I feel like they're just in a dire state. So I pretty much just exclusively get my nails done. I'm not really loyal to any nail salon. I feel like in Toronto, I have the one place that I go to just because it's easy, but normally I just go wherever. I don't get anything like particularly, I'm not like a big nail gal. I don't get like extensions or tips or anything. Right now, these are actually like the longest my nails have been in a really long time. These are my natural nails, and then I get dip on top. It's called New Genesis dip nails. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had bad luck with them. I feel like it's because I'm really rough with my hands. So dip nails, it's just better for your nails than shellac. It's a little bit harder, but it's kind of like a rock. So like, I just find it cracks really easy on me because I'm always opening boxes and moving stuff and whatever. But it's harder than shellac, and it has no like chemical bad stuff for your nails that shellac does. It doesn't require UV light or anything. It's just cool. It's like it's a jar of powder, and they dip your nails into it, and then this is the color. This color is I'm the boss. And I could say I get them done probably every like 2 weeks. My nails grow pretty fast. And again, I'm always chipping my nails. I go to the Organic Nail Bar in Toronto, and they have a ton of locations, and I've been getting dip nails. That's pretty much all I can think of. I hope that in this like hour-long video, I have touched on everything, and hopefully I have answered all of your questions about the procedures and things that I do to maintain my beauty. So if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Send me a message on Instagram if there's any topics that you want me to dive into further, dive in deep. I'm happy to do that. I'm an open book. I will not judge you for things that you do to your body, and I hope that you guys will be kind in the comments and do the same for me. So those are all the things that get done. Anything that I have talked about or anything that I can link for you, I will do so in the description box down below. Be sure to check that. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was educational. I hope it's answered your questions about things that I get done. So thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow for another Everyday Me video. Bye!